Good evening and welcome to SNS News. I'm Noah Nip.
I'm Sam Bragg.
And I'm Samantha Vier. Coming up, we will be talking about the significance and the role of Cinderella stories in all cultures.
Also, we will talk about the life of Genghis Khan, from being poor growing up to becoming one of the most respected and strongest leaders in history.
Cinderella stories are in almost every culture. They give hope to people that are not as fortunate as others, and they let them know that everything turns out for the better in the end.
Most of the Cinderella stories have the same concept, an evil stepmother and stepsisters. For example, the Chinese Cinderella story Bound. Jing Jing was poorly treated by her stepmother and stepsister. She was overworked, beaten down, and she had nobody to bound her feet. But despite all this, Jing Jing is the one who ended up with the prince.
Don't.
1 second.
And then once she goes back, everybody be ready. Temujin.
Temujin. Oh, it's the Jin.
Jin.
Jin. Okay.
Temujin.
Temujin. Okay.
Sorry.
Another example is the French Cinderella story. Both the French and the American Cinderella stories had many things like stepmothers and stepsisters who mistreated Cinderella.
Wait, restart that. It's both had many things alike. Okay. Both had many things alike.
Like.
No.
Put in another like.
Another example.
Wait, start now. Yeah, because I was distracted in my head.
Another example is the French Cinderella story. Both French and the American Cinderella stories had many things alike, like stepmothers and stepsisters who mistreated Cinderella, like she was not worth anything.
The French story says they were always mean to her and treated her like a servant. The only place she could find peace was in the chimney corners among... The French story says they were always mean to her and treated her like a servant. The only place she could find peace was in the chimney corners among the cinders. Growing up with no one to turn to was very hard, but in the end, this made Cinderella stronger.
With us today, we have a librarian from the Livingston Public Library.
Oh. With us today, we have a librarian. Don't say, with us today, we have a librarian. A librarian from. Just with us today, we have a librarian.
From the Livingston Public Library.
With us today,
Wait. I'm getting a tangle out. Sorry, I already had my fingers in there. Okay.
With us today, we have a librarian from the Livingston Public Library. She will be telling us a little bit about Cinderella stories.
And get back in.
Although all these Cinderella stories are important, one of the most significant is the story of Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan was a very strong leader who had a Cinderella story himself. He was born in 1162. When he was born, he was clutching a blood clot, which in their tribe meant a sign of a heroic warrior, which indeed he was.
At the age of 9, Temujin's father died. Temujin was left alone.
His family was poor and mistreated. He showed that even if you do not have the same privileges as the nobilities, you can become someone respectful. He led his men through war, and he has always looked up by his people.
Start that again.
Yeah. If I'm already done, just scroll down.
Are you coming to the Sorry, I had to get it out.
Okay, go.
His family was poor and mistreated. He showed that even if you did not have the same privileges as the nobilities, you can become someone respectful. He led his men through war, and he was always looked up by his people.
Look up to by his people.
Up.
Sammy, lean in more. You can lean in.
Second. His family was poor and mistreated. He showed that even if you did not have the same privileges as the nobilities, you can become someone respectful. He led his men through war and was always looked up to by his people.
Genghis Khan had a very different Cinderella story that should be shared with others.
In the end, everyone should know that no matter who you are and what background you come from, as long as you have faith, everything will be okay. I'm Samantha Vier.
Do that again.
Yeah. In the end, hold on, can I start over?
Yeah.
In the end, everyone should know that no matter who you are and what background you come from, as long as you have faith, everything will be okay. I'm Samantha Vier.
I'm Noah Nip.
And I'm Sam Bragg. Thank you for watching SNS News. See you next time and have a good night. Can somebody give me a ride home?